That was their village beer.
Well, that's what Germany's all about.
Right, I know.
Right, which I'm glad you brought up.
I don't know that firsthand. I just know that from talking to John and Josh, who owns this place. Coming to you virtually live from the Beer to Whiskey Studios, high atop Barley's Tap Room on Washington Street in downtown Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this episode of Big John in 5. That's where I get my good buddy here, Big John Richards, the beer whisperer around these parts, to pick a beer from Barley's 72 or so taps, or from their 50 beer or cans and bottles. He grabs one, we sniff it, we sip it, we get bits about it. John tells us a little bit about the brewery, and sometimes we even get a little education on brewing and brewing history. And on top of that, we get to drink a lot of beer.
Yeah.
I like that. John?
Drinking a good one this time, Russ.
What is it?
So I promised to get all the sours out of the way early, or at least get a good head start on them, because we gotta finish with something else, or Russ will beat me to death.
This is our second segment we've shot today. I'm already all puckered up and dried out. Go ahead.
So this will be fun. I actually think this will be one that you'll dig. This is a nice fresh batch of Westbrook's key lime pie, Gose.
You had me
Right.
up until Gose. But key lime pie, I'm all about.
It's their Gose, obviously brewed with key lime,
Right.
cinnamon and coriander, vanilla and sea salt.
Wow.
So it's got all the right spices in there, and this is one of the beers in the country that legit comes off as key lime pie. It is really well put together, and they are legitimately one of the reasons Gose had a resurgence in the United States. They were one of the
Is that right?
one of the first, very, very first breweries to revive and start brewing a Gose for the market. They've now got a few of these. They've got their traditional Gose that's year round, and then this is like March to September. And then they've got a lemon cucumber Gose that's I think late winter, early spring, and a couple of other varieties of some fun sours that they do down there.
That's their little Gose brewing hearts.
Right?
Huh?
Yeah.
I love the color. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, but it starts out kind of light at the bottom and then just grows a little more orange as you get towards the top. It's really pretty.
It is. It is a pretty beer. And for these beers that come off, hazy for the correct reasons, they really are. They're beautiful beers. And even a lot of the hazy IPAs are beautiful beers until you start getting really chunky and it looks like you came out of a blender. And don't get me started, Russ.
I'm going to try not to. Shall we?
Let's take a sip. 'Cause I'm interested to see how this works, how this treats you.
Text Miss Lily.
Yeah, the nose is great. You just sit and smell it.
It does. I am getting the key lime. I'm getting the key lime pie.
Yeah.
A key lime pie filling.
Right. I can tell it's really fresh. The lime is front and center on that.
That is nice.
It's delicious, isn't it? I think as this gets a little farther into the summer, just even probably a few weeks of age, and that the vanilla starts to come out a little more and starts to sweeten up just a little. Because right now it is a bright lime front end on that.
Well, that might happen too as this sits.
Yeah,
for a little bit.
You're right about that too. As it warms a little.
What is a Gose?
It's a kettle sour. It's in this case the brewery Westbrook uses acidulated malt to get to start the sour, which just means it's just what it sounds like. It's malt with acid in it, and so that lowers the pH in the kettle before it even goes into the boil, and so you get the tart kind of acidic, quick sour. Gose is a German style that came out of Leipzig, that effectively was a dead style for 200 years. Nobody was brewing it, even in Germany, except for maybe a couple of very small, town only breweries that, somebody was hanging on to that recipe.
And that was their village beer.
Well, that's what Germany's all about.
Right, I know.
Right, which I'm glad you brought up.
I don't know that firsthand. I just know that from talking to John and Josh, who owns this place.
Yeah, that's very much what Germany is about. Each little town has their own style that's unique to their town. Like Cologne has Kolsch, which is cold, is the name of the town. So Kolsch, and you have like Dortmund has Dortmunder, and etc. As you go through the thing. There's some stories that get into how some of these beers got named, but each little town has their fun style that's unique, and that's where Leipzig was responsible for Gose.
Is that like Milwaukee has Old Milwaukee? Is that kind of?
I mean, sorta, yes. I mean, that's the beer that made Milwaukee famous.
That could come up on your upcoming Cicerone test.
It might. Yeah, the Gose style, however, effectively was dead in the world until some American brewers started digging through history looking for styles that nobody brewed anymore, just to brew something different. And Westbrook was one of the first to jump in and start brewing a Gose. So it's a light, salted sour. And it's usually got a little bit of wheat and a little bit of sea salt in it that gives it double the acidity and double the power on your salivary glands. Usually it's in the 3.5–4% range, and so it's super light, super refreshing, great on a summer day.
What is this?
Four, dead on 4, yeah.
Did you already say that? Did I miss that?
I don't know if I said this specifically.
Did I doze off again in the middle of your spiel?
Yeah, I may have dozed off.
At home, wake up.
So summer, this is not built to be a sipper. This is built to be a knock it back and drink it.
Oh yeah.
Keep it cold and let it wake up your palate on a summer afternoon.
I could see that.
It's so good. When that Gose first started coming out, I got a few people hooked on it. Like, yeah, I'm going out to a music festival, or I'm going out on a boat tomorrow. I'm like, take the Gose. And they look at me funny, and then they come back and go, oh, you were so right. It's the perfect beer for that.
Not only because of the alcohol content, but just the way it feels in your mouth and leaves your mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see drinking this all day and not getting tired of it.
Absolutely. That's the point. A point.
8 point. We'll accept 8 point.
Yes.
Anything else?
I think we covered a lot of it. We've done a few for Westbrook, so I don't think we need to go too far into the barrel about them. Still brewing good beer down there. Still lucky to have them.
And your flagship beer is?
That's hard to say. They brew a Belgian-style wit beer, but with lemongrass and ginger instead of orange peel and coriander, called White Tie.
Which we have done.
I think we have.
Yeah, we did review that.
Which is wonderful, and that's probably, other than maybe their IPA, would be one of those two would probably be their flagship.
All right. Well, I think we did a good enough plug for them.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right. Cheers.
So damn lucky. See you next time.